Can India's $150 billion outsourcing industry survive Trump? That's a key theme here in Davos at the World Economic Forum in 2017. And joining me to give that special perspective is a special guest. Abidali Neemuchwala is the Chief Executive Officer as well as member of the board of Wipro. Great to have you here on NDTV, Abid, in this cold Davos morning. But let me talk first about whether Indian IT industry has the ability to survive Donald Trump in 2017.
So first of all, thank you, Namrata, for having me over here. You know, it's a wonderful environment and I'm enjoying this cold. Yes.
I'll have to do a fact check on that.
Absolutely. You know, 25 years I have been with this industry and we've had different challenges across these 25 years. And I think every challenge has brought an opportunity, and the Indian industry, especially the Indian IT industry, has been very agile in terms of being able to evolve into something completely different and new. And I do think that this opportunity, not only what is happening in the socio-political environment that you referred to, but also what is happening with technology and with businesses. I think this is a time for a great transformation for the industry, and I feel quite optimistic that the Indian industry, and especially Wipro, which I can talk of more confidently, will be able to come out successfully.
Okay, let's talk about that fourth industrial revolution, because many say that Indian technology has not been able to keep pace with technology, which brings us to the theme of automation, artificial intelligence, innovation, all the themes which are big challenges. How does Wipro address this at a time where, say, the outsourcing revenues are actually falling down 4% and business consulting revenues are going up 12%? So fundamental shift on ground.
Absolutely. So, you know, it's very interesting times and it is transformative times, and we at Wipro believe that the future belongs to the bold. So we've made some bold moves. One of the things that we've done is we identified capabilities in areas of design, in areas of digital, in areas of cloud, in some of the local areas of presence, in the areas of business process as a service or industry utilities in business processes. And we've been quite acquisitive in those areas, because while some of these capabilities can be built, it will take longer, and the speed of change this time is much higher than the 3 or 4 earlier evolutions of the Indian IT industry that I talked about. So we've made bold moves of making some acquisitions which help us onboard some capabilities which then we can scale up very quickly. The other thing we've also done is we've set up a venture capital fund, and you know, while you talk about India not being up to speed on innovation, you know, it's very amazing. I set up this venture capital fund with a chief in the Silicon Valley, and we've made 7 strategic investments in companies in neural networks, artificial intelligence, cyber security, all of the new technologies, big data, analytics. And out of the investments that we've done, of the 7, about 4 are in the valley, but there are others in Bangalore, there are in Tel Aviv, there are, you know, if we do one more that we're talking to, they are in Latin America. So innovation is happening all over the world, and I think India also is a big innovation hub. Some of this stuff that is happening around payments, around, you know, we are leapfrogging certain technologies. Maybe the credit card or the plastic in payment technology will just completely leapfrog from a cash-based economy into a mobile payment-based economy. So a lot of stuff happening in India as well.
So the digital payments and this revolution that Prime Minister Modi has envisioned, you feel is still not a far-fetched dream. It can actually come into reality and be supported by players like yourself.
Oh, absolutely. We are working with a lot of players in the digital payment space, and it is being adopted very quickly, and some of the stuff in terms of demonetization, etc., has helped drive the adoption very fast. You remember, you know, India has already set an example. There was a time, you know, in my childhood where getting a telephone line used to take 5 years, and then we had mobile telephony, and now, you know, we have 80% mobile phone penetration in India. So it's, you know, India knows how to leapfrog in technology, and I'm very confident of the payment, mobile payment technology leapfrogging that India will do.
Okay, Abid, I'm going to go back to Donald Trump, because you know it from 2 contexts. One, the fact that you lead Wipro, which is such an important IT player and has a huge US-India relationship and dependence, but also that you're based in the United States, so you probably feel the heat of protectionism even more than others. Now, describe how Wipro is going to cope with a policy which is the H-1B visa program, for instance, which says the minimum fees has to be, a minimum salary has to be $100,000 and not $60,000, exemptions from masters to be excluded. We're going to make all those changes. We have to protect American workers at all costs. What do you do?
So, number one, Wipro as part of the Indian IT industry, spearheaded by NASSCOM, we are participating and representing in terms of what we believe should be a fair opportunity to compete in any market. And I think we will continue to pursue that, because some of these things could be more discriminatory for the Indian IT industry compared to others. But otherwise, as an organization, I think we've been preparing for this for a while. We've been locally hiring. I think we could have hired more if we would have got STEM educated campus recruits in the United States. So we kind of went back, and as part of our responsible leadership in the area, we've encouraged a lot of programs right from schools, underprivileged public school districts in Chicago or New Jersey or even in Texas, and then funded them to attract students early in the STEM areas, and then we've associated with some of the universities to create those programs. On the other hand, we are also making sure that our entire business model is undergoing a fundamental shift. One is obviously the traditional offshoring of work and how much you can deliver from different locations globally, but also artificial intelligence and robotic automation, which is taking away the lower end of the pyramid completely. So as we paint a picture of the future, I think the future of work is very different, where it starts with elimination of business processes and just the need to do something because it's done by the consumers themselves. Then hyper-automating it using artificial intelligence and robotics. Then even crowdsourcing it. Wipro is a leader in crowdsourcing. Our crowdsourcing platform has 1.4 million programmers across the globe. Only 23,000 of them are Wiproids, but a whole community of programmers from, that is boundaryless. And then what remains is actually done by the old on-site offshore outsourcing model, where all of these issues come in. So I think both, we are working towards making sure that we are fairly represented and it is fair for everybody, and on the other hand we are also innovating heavily our business model so that we come out winners as these changes happen.
One final question, Abid. I know that you're in a silent period, so I won't press you in terms of your numbers, but just tell me about the outlook of the industry, which has been struggling, and everyone across the board has said that in 2016, whether it be the rise of protectionism or globalization or technological challenges that we've both spoken about. What is your outlook going forward?
So of course I can't talk about the outlook because we are in the silent period, but if you look at it, the level of uncertainty is high. Let me give you an example of very close to Wipro of the oil price. We have leadership position in the energy sector, and when the oil price was down and it was falling and it was volatile, we had a huge impact. But now that there is certainty of oil prices, both our customers have adjusted to that price, and we know what is the service we can provide and what is the price point for providing that service. So the point I'm making is uncertainty actually creates headwinds. Once things become certain, the businesses and the business models adjust themselves around that. And I see the same thing happening with Trump or Brexit. I think once the uncertainty is dealt with, once we know what is the way forward, once the administration comes in and the policies are clearer or the Brexit is clearer, I think then we will be able to align our business model, innovate, and make sure that we make the most out of it.
Good luck with that, Abid. Many thanks indeed for speaking with NDTV. I know you have lots of meetings lined up here in Davos.
Thank you very much, Namrata, and stay warm.
Thank you.